guys, welcome to another episode of Uninterrupted on Pons Media. I am your host. We got a full house today, ready to talk about a bunch of nonsense that nobody really gives a shit about, but we're gonna make a content out of it anyways. We have some special guests here today joining us, and then we have some unusual suspects as well. So we're going to go around the virtual room and introduce everybody who's here today. First of all, we're going to go ahead and start with our resident lady of the House Pones is Sarah. Sarah, how are you?
I am great.
Fucking guy. Uh, we also have Mr. We have him back because we couldn't get enough of him last week. Mr. Bryson NFL. How are you, sir?
I'm really happy. Someone just crunched like some chips or something in my ear for about a solid 30 seconds. So I'm feeling like a bit of a psychopath right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, join the club. We also have our favorite and most lovable and the most interesting man in the entire group, Austin.
Coward.
Austin.
Bitch.
How are you,
How you guys
Austin?
I'm good.
Oh, sorry. You put the people to sleep as you
Yeah,
said.
I just woke up.
We also have our serial killer, Mr. Jake Snake. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm feeling fantastic. And then we have our resident rascal, Mr. Mystery Man, Mr. Donut. How are you, sir?
What's up, guys? Drew Bledsoe would have won at least 8 Super Bowls by now.
Well,
Yeah, you take that back.
Wait, hold on.
Take that back right now.
That's an L.
Russell, I missed the other one. Russell Wilson would have had at least two.
Two.
At least.
I said two.
At least two.
I said 1 to 2. He would have won in 2014, maybe 2016.
I don't know.
No
about
way.
this.
No way. He would have thrown an interception at the goal line. So I don't think so.
One thing in that. So then, would Seattle have made that Super Bowl if it was a 2014 Super Bowl?
No.
No.
I mean, that's
Because
debate.
that's actually a good debate. Yeah, that's a good debate.
I don't.
Hold on.
well,
Just-
I think
it's-
I mean, there's a lot of conundrums and stuff and hypotheticals, but they wouldn't have come back in that NFC Championship game.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I think Russell Wilson was basically carried by the Legion of Boom in that defense more than what he did. Let's be honest. He was only asked to make a couple of throws here and there, and then they won.
Sure,
Yeah,
but
obviously, but
there's a couple things. You have to consider. One, he would have been on a rookie contract until, 2016? So the Patriots would have had so much more room to do things. Two, sure, he was carried a little bit, but he's been a top 3, top 5 quarterback from 2015 on.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal.
Top 3?
Yeah,
He was top 3
Hey.
like 2 years ago, 100%. There's no question.
Huh?
Bryson, can you talk some sense to some people here? Russell Wilson, top 3, top 5?
Russell Wilson's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL today. No doubt in my mind.
Top 3, top 5?
I don't know about
Who's he throwing to? Who's running the ball? He has nobody.
Oh, here we go.
Dude.
This is, you know what? LeBron Wilson, aka Russell Wilson's got the best narrative in the NFL. First of all, he's got the worst pocket presence in the entire league. This
Thank
man
you.
takes more sacks that he doesn't need to than anyone in the entire league. This man. If Marcus Cannon was his right tackle, he may be dead. So he gets all the excuses from guys like Donut who says, well, his offensive line's bad. Well, actually, they're not that bad. He's just actually really bad at taking sacks all the time.
Well,
So
I don't know. His offensive
could you-
line did step on his foot, and he took a safety in the fucking end zone against the Falcons.
And this guy's not dropping back and throwing the ball 50 times to win a Super Bowl.
No,
not happening.
no way. No. Not only
I
that,
think
but
he- I
Russell
think he
Wilson.
could-
Go ahead, Donut.
I think he could have done that in the last 3 years. I think he could have thrown 50 and won a Super Bowl.
No way.
I don't know about that.
So
I don't know that you guys
Here's
are
a
watching Russell
hypothetical.
Wilson.
Here's a hypothetical, and I think the first topic is do NFL system quarterbacks in the NFL exist?
Oh yeah.
So if you put Russell Wilson, let's say, in an Andy Reid offense, right? Does he produce 55 touchdowns like Mahomes? Does he produce the exact same things? They're both mobile quarterbacks. They both can, they can both improvise on the run and do all kinds of flashy plays, even though they're not required at times to do flashy shit. I feel like they just do extra things for no reason. If you put any quarterback, and let's just say Russell Wilson as an example, into the Kansas City Chiefs offense, did you get the same result?
As Mahomes, no. As Alex Smith, yes.
Well, let's think about that for a second, because let's use this as a little bit of a comparison. Let's use Mike Vick as a comparison, because he was in an Andy Reid offense.
He balled.
And he did. He balled very much. In the 5 years he was in an Andy Reid offense. So let's start with 2010, because that's when he kind of became the full-fledged starter. He didn't throw for much yards, but he had a lot of touchdowns, especially in his first year in that offense, and it kind of dwindled down afterwards. But 21 touchdowns his first year in an Andy Reid offense. And if I'm thinking correctly, yeah, they still had Shady at that point, so he didn't really need to throw. But Russell Wilson, I believe, is a guy who does very well when he has a good running back. And, that's something they're kind of moving towards with, what's his name? I think it's Carson. I can't think of his name for the life of me. Yeah,
Chris Carson.
Yeah, Chris Carson. And, he's
Better
not
than Sony.
But you can't deny what Russell Wilson has done with what he's had. I mean,
I can.
There's a misconception. There's a misconception here, and here's the thing. I think Andy Reid can only use quarterbacks that are mobile, or his offense doesn't really work.
I don't know.
Tell me which quarterback that's not been mobile that Andy Reid has used that's been successful. I'll wait. Every quarterback that
Kevin Cobb
actually could run.
Did he have Nick Foles that 1 year?
Yeah, Nick Foles. No,
Nick
Foles.
No.
Nick Foles was with Chip Kelly.
Correct.
Oh yeah, that was Chip
So
Kelly.
Kevin Cole could actually roll out of the pocket. He could actually escape the pocket and run. Then he also had Mike Vick, and he had Donovan McNabb originally. Donovan McNabb, we all know that he could move in his prime. He could actually move outside the pocket and do things with his legs. Every quarterback that has been successful in an Andy Reid offense to a degree has been able to be a mobile quarterback. I think if you put a non-mobile quarterback in an Andy Reid offense, I don't think it will work. It wouldn't work. Because
all the Russell Wilson is mobile.
Well, would you call Patrick Mahomes?
Well, I just think that
mobile?
that system quarterbacks. I think the system quarterback thing is a little bit taken out of context. I think.
Well, that's because
you need a certain quarterback to fit your system. It's not that you can make any quarterback in any system.
Are we saying
function.
Alex Smith is mobile?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Alex Smith is mobile.
Yes.
Andy Reid can take any quarterback and put any kind of offense around him. This guy changes the game literally every year. He inserts college plays into the game every single year. He steals plays. He doesn't care. The Patriots still plays from them. Andy Reid could put literally Brian at quarterback, and I think he would probably pass for 30 touchdowns.
I would.
And then in the playoffs.
They'd all be ducks, but I would.
Speaking of Patriots stealing things, I noticed like halfway through the year that the Patriots started stealing a lot of that Rams like jet sweep play action stuff, and it ended up working pretty well.
Disgusting.
Well, that's
Cordell Patterson owning.
Yeah. Cordell Patterson could run.
Best running back on the team.
We had no running backs. Bryson, what are we supposed to do?
I don't know. The Patriots did this thing where they put a wide receiver at running back, and it like worked really well. And it was the craziest thing. Almost
he had like 1 30-yard run, and then he averaged like 2 for every other run.
It was wild.
You know what's like so funny? Like efficient. the way he was running too. Because he was running like a receiver. He wasn't running like a running back. So
but Patterson was hard to bring down last year.
Oh,
Patterson he would fight for yards, and he would hit people when he ran. Yeah. He thought he was a running back, even though he wasn't a running back. I think Patterson was running back. I'm going to miss Patterson.
He was a running back that was hot. Like, he would always be like super high and stuff like that.
If he got the ball in his hands, he could move, but he wasn't very.
So go ahead,
Brian. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
The only thing separating Cordell Patterson and the Hall of Fame is literally rare stupidity.
I agree. The guy could do it all. He's a Swiss Army knife. He has the hands.
This is the dumbest man in the NFL.
I can't wait.
He has to be.
No.
I can't wait to see him in Matt Nagy's offense. That's gonna be fun.
I don't know. Sarah, let me ask you a question. This is a question for you.
Oh,
Do you
God.
think that? Do you think if Aaron Rodgers was in New England and
Oh.
Tom Brady was in Green Bay, you think that we have the same exact result? Because this is a debate that's constantly on the timeline and it's constantly brought up. Oh, we put Aaron Rodgers in there and he'd have 9. Oh, you
No,
put Tom
no,
Brady
because-
in New England and he'd have 1, maybe.
No, because Aaron Rodgers is a little bitch who doesn't like to.
I want
Form
Sarah. I want Sarah to answer this.
I don't think you already know my answer.
Okay, but I want you to express yourself. Let it raise.
No, he would fail just as bad as he already does.
Why?
So because he sucks. What do
Okay.
you mean?
Okay, but
It's just not gonna happen.
I need more elaborate explanation here. Do you think Aaron Rodgers just wouldn't fit with Bill Belichick? You think his ego gets in the way?
He doesn't like
Do you
he
think he
doesn't
could
like
have?
to be coached.
Do you think he would be somebody who would just be like uncoachable, or do you think it's just a talent thing? Do you think that just Tom Brady's just that much more talented than he is?
Well, Brady's more clutch, but I don't think that he would want to be coached. I think that's the problem.
I think Rodgers is just a bitch.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he said he needed a more elaborate answer, and apparently that wasn't good enough for him. So.
Yeah, you just wouldn't do it because you're a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that's what it boils down to, because Aaron Rodgers just, for some reason, cannot listen to his offensive coordinators, cannot listen to his coach. He audibles out of plays and draws up these stupid routes for his receivers to run, and then they run into triple or double coverage, and then he fucking has to throw the ball away because no one's open, and then he gets pissed because no one's open. Then he bitches and moans about it, how the offensive scheme sucks, when he's really just audibling out of plays and making up his own fucking plays. It's just pure stupidity.
This is a question for everyone. Who's a more aware quarterback? Who has the better awareness? Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers? In the pocket. Yeah, I want to ask this question.
Tom Brady is
in the pocket?
Yes.
In the pocket, easily. Brady.
Yeah. Brady, right?
So Aaron Rodgers in the same mold as Russell Wilson. He takes so many stupid sacks.
Correct. So would you say then that Tom Brady's mobility is just as good as Aaron Rodgers, just because his awareness is that much better in the pocket?
No.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. People keep saying, like, "Oh, well, Aaron Aaron can get it done with his legs." Aaron Rodgers can get it done with his legs. I think Tom Brady can get it done with his legs too.
But Aaron Rodgers runs fast. Zoom, zoom. Big whoop. The guy. The guy could not see off
here, guys.
In the pocket.
He can run backwards. He can run backwards 15 yards and then forward 10 yards. Woo! Great.
I'm going to draw up an Aaron Rodgers audible for you guys, okay? 3 wide receivers.
You don't talk to your parents?
Yeah. You take the ball, you run away from home, and then you tell the 3 guys on the street, just go deep, and then they go deep, and you pump fake, and then you go left, and you dodge a tackle, and then you see a guy 60 yards deep, uncovered, and you're just going to throw it, and you're going to complete it because he's wide open, and then everyone's going to call you the best quarterback in the league.
It's stupidity. It's
Sounds
pure.
like a plan.
It's pure stupidity. But I think we can. I think like I said, I think Andy Reid is the best offensive mind coach in the NFL. Period. I agree with Bryson. I think the guy can put any quarterback he wants. I just think that Andy Reid has a knack for making mobile quarterbacks truly elite. I don't know. I haven't seen him pick a quarterback that's not a mobile quarterback yet. I think Wade Phillips is really good defensive coordinator. He can take up pretty much any defense and improve them from year to year. So, I mean, he owns Tom Brady rent free in his head. Is Wade Phillips?
Let's just retire that saying, please.
No.
I'm so sick of it.
I think Wade Phillips is in Tom Brady's head, and you cannot change my mind about this. He owns him. He owns him. Okay.
Wade Phillips is very good at scheming against Brady, which is something
Yes.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Or other teams just really good at defense, and he just happens to be the coach of that defense with really talented players.
Well,
a little bit of both.
You have to be able to coach talent still, don't you not?
I'm fairly certain before the Broncos Wade Phillips, Tom Brady absolutely owned Wade Phillips.
Yeah, I mean Dallas has never beaten Tom Brady, so there's no way he beat the Patriots when he was in Dallas.
Wait, hold on. Let's backtrack here. When was the last time Tom Brady played Dallas with Wade Phillips as defensive coordinator?
Like 8 years ago, maybe.
Was it for the 07 season, the undefeated season?
So they play next year.
They play the Cowboys. We play the NFC East every 4 years, so it would have been the 07 season, I guess.
Okay, so basically the only
I think that was the year Marion Barber had that crazy had that crazy run from his end zone.
There you go. So therefore, the only time that Tom Brady was able to murder a Wade Phillips defense is we had one of the greatest offensive weapons ever assembled, like one of the best teams ever assembled in the regular season.
I think he's a good defensive coordinator, but I think
he owns Brady.
I think it is talent. It is talent a bit. Not really.
I'm a Brady stan, and I hate to say it, but Wade Phillips owns Tom Brady. He just does. Every time they play him, he figures out a way to frustrate him all game. And we all talked about how sucky the Rams defense was and how terrible we all thought that was. And I just think that Wade Phillips figured out a way to frustrate him again. Was Tom Brady rushed that much? No. Was he under pressure? Our O-line owned Aaron Donald. Okay,
Brian.
Joe Thuney made him his son, and still we could not find any way nothing to work against.
Brian, the only thing that owns Tom Brady is Marcus Cannon's turf toe.
I don't know.
Giants defense in a Super Bowl.
Or his son's lips.
Too far, Donut. Too far. Too far.
Come on, man.
No, too far. Okay, now you've hurt some feelings.
Way to sexualize a kid, Donut.
We'll be back.
Freak.